He kept me preoccupied away from my prayer. He will say, I did indeed see you steal from his wealth for your own self. Should you not have stolen for yourself from your deeds or from his deeds? In this manner, Allah will establish the proof upon him. Al-Hasan related that the Messenger of Allah said, on the day of resurrection, the first matter for which a woman will be asked will be her prayer. Then about her husband, how did she act with him? And this hadith is mursal, yet good. Abu Huraira related that the Messenger of Allah said, deeds will come on the day of resurrection. The prayer will come and say, O my Lord, I am the prayer. He will say, you are indeed upon goodness, and the sadaqah, charity, will come and say, O my Lord, I am the sadaqah. He will say, indeed you are upon goodness, and the siyam, fasting, will come and say, O my Lord, I am the siyam. He will say, indeed you are upon goodness. Then the other good deeds will come. And for each one Allah will say, indeed you are upon goodness. Then Islam will come and say, O my Lord, indeed you are as-salam, the one who is free from all defects and deficiencies, and I am indeed Islam. Then Allah will say, indeed you are upon goodness. Today by you I will take, and by you I will give. Allah said, and whoever seeks a religion other than Islam, it will never be accepted of him, and in the hereafter he will be one of the losers. Related that he heard the Messenger of Allah say, the oppressive rulers will be brought on the day of resurrection, including those who passed before me and those who will come after me. Then Allah will say, you are the treasures of my land and the shepherds of my slaves, and with you is my bughya, objective. The message was conveyed to them, and perhaps they had the opportunity and position to not only convey the objectives and teachings of Islam, but to apply and enforce them as well. He will say to the one who passed away before me, what incited you to do as you did? He will say, mercy, Allah Jallaluhu. Almighty Allah is in His almightiness. He will say, you are more merciful to my slaves than I. Then He will say to the one who will come after me, what incited you to do as you did? He will say, I became angry for you. Allah will say, you become more angry than I. Then Allah will say, take them and block them off into a corner from the corners of the hellfire. Jabir said, when those who migrated to Al-Habasha returned, a young girl from them said, O Messenger of Allah, while we were seated in Habasha, an old lady from among them passed by us, and she was carrying a jar of water on her head. Then she passed by a youth from them, and he placed one of his hands between her two shoulders. He then pushed her, and she fell onto her knees, and her jaw broke. When she got up, she turned to him and said, you shall know, O treacherous one, when Allah places the kursi footstool and gathers the first ones and the last ones, hands and legs will speak of what they earned. Then you shall know how my matter and your matter stands with him tomorrow. The Messenger of Allah said, She has spoken the truth. How do you people glorify Allah when rights are not taken from the strong among them, and return to the weak for strong among them, and return to the weak among them? And we have already related the hadith above, in which the following is mentioned. Indeed, Allah will call out to his slaves on the day of resurrection. He will say, I am the king, I am Ad-Dayan, and it is not suitable for anyone from the people of paradise to enter paradise, whilst anyone from the people of the hellfire has a wrong with him, nor for anyone from the dwellers of the hellfire to enter the hellfire, whilst anyone from the people of paradise has a wrong with him, until I settle it by taking it from him, even if it is a slap. Ahmad related it, and Al-Bukhari mentioned it in his Sahih. Abu related that the Prophet said, Whoever has a wrong with his brother, he did wrong to him, then let him seek to be absolved of it from him. For there, on the day of resurrection, there is neither dinar nor dirham, no currency with which to repay others with, except for deeds. His good deeds what will be taken, and if he has no good deeds, then he takes from the bad deeds of his brother, which are thrown onto him.